All right, now this convoluted mass of green is Garden B. It's part of Garden B. May not be apparent right now, but this is an actual trail. And one of the things we want to do is keep civilizing this trail because down there is the crater. Garden B is basically the trail and the berm that goes around the volcanic crater that we have. As you can see on the left side, there's Mexican sunflowers. As you can see on the right side, there's cane grass. What we do is we cut the Mexican sunflowers as it grows into the trail, and we throw it on top of the cane grass. And what that does, you can see what's happening here, is slowly, more and more Mexican sunflowers are growing. And it's creating some cushioning on this cliff. So we want to keep that part of the civilizing. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. With the Mexican sunflowers, the ones that are on this side, we want to cut the ones that are in the trail. So what I'm doing is grabbing some of these and we're throwing them straight over into that side. The idea is to weigh down some of the cane grass. And you see that? We're throwing it down. And basically, not all of them stick in the ground, but if they do stick in the ground, then there's a much higher chance that they'll grow, even if only the barest point touches the ground. This other cane grass here as well is stuff that can all be put over here. Eventually, as we make this trail more and more civilized, we'll start working on this slope. But for now, we're just using it as a place to put these extra sunflowers over on this side. The trail ends here, and one of the things that we want to do is keep it nice and civilized because this is a avocado tree, and you can see there's already 100, 200, maybe 300 avocados in this tree, and it's just about to go. So in fact, one of the really good ideas to harvest the most of avocados is to cut down a clearing around the tree. When you cut down a clearing around the tree, you take the weeds that you cut down, let them fall right where they are so they kind of create a cushion, and then you take some of the old tarps and you put it on top of the leaf, or on top of the weeds. So what that does is it acts as, number one, it acts as a weed killer. Things like cane grass don't get a chance to grow because they're covered by a tarp. But what it also does is it acts as a cushion, so that when avocados start falling, when they get ripe and fall, then they just land on a beautiful tarp cushion with the weeds underneath. The weeds slowly die, they break down, and they become compost for the next round of avocados next year. Now moving along here, this is all part of Garden B, and this gives you a little bit more of an idea, kind of getting the idea of the crater that goes down below here. As we go closer, it'll be more apparent. This, we're just keeping the border weeded so to keep the passageway clear. This lawn mow here is thinning and weeding, and what we try to do, especially along this part, you can see where there's earth along here. And one of the reasons why we have earth along here is because there used to be a lot of landslides in the old days. This is very close to the jungle cottage, and basically we were recommended to keep a nice wide slope here, and that's what we've been doing. So we do a lot of our landfill here, and we also use it as our weed dumping zone. So this is right here. The weed dumping, it's great because things like cane grass, which will grow anywhere, we just throw it and throw it and throw it. This is a 100-foot drop. And what happens is we've thrown so many weeds over the years that now I can stand on a massive plug of weeds. That's how crazy it is, you know? It's great. But what it's done is it's really changed the slope. The combination of weeds and earth, we've managed to broaden the slope. So maintenance for this is simply to continue using it as a weed dumping zone, especially this guy, cane grass. That one is the one that we always, you can see a big patch of it over there. We always want to continue throwing weeds here. Continuing along on the garden bee trail is along here. This area here is normally the viewing platform where you're supposed to be able to look out at the crater. So this is one that we can always weed and cut. We're trying to clear this so that you can see and appreciate the beautiful crater down below. See that? So this is one of the main activities here. We're weeding. This is a lot of this stinkmiley. All that can be weeded out. You see the poor tea is getting choked out there. And around to here, same thing, weeding on this side to keep a nice clear entranceway into the crater. Also weed whacking the side of the berm. It gets it very high here. So those are the main things there for Garden B. And I'll just close with a little sign of Garden B. Thank you very much.